Hi everyone, and welcome to all who are interested in learning about today's historical figure. This is Carefree Travels here again on Unblind Tibbin's channel. This is just a quick kind of like post-production intro to say that it would be great if you could subscribe to his channel. And also, if you're interested in learning more, you can look for his book, The African Ancestral Manuscript. It's available on Amazon, I believe, and pretty much anywhere books are sold. If you subscribe to his channel, you will get notified every time he publishes a new video. So over the years, I think it's probably best to explain a little bit about me. So I am West African. My parents are Creole. I am Creole from Sierra Leone. And over the years, I've had a lot of Ghanaian friends, dating right back to the time before I was born, when my parents tell me that they knew a Ghanaian couple who named me Adwa because I was born on a Monday. Now, so throughout school, we lived in Zimbabwe. I remember having Ghanaian friends there. When I moved to the UK, even in France, I had Ghanaian friends at school. When I went to the UK, it was the same thing. University, in the workplace. So, yeah. So, and I was actually really fortunate. I was really fortunate because a really close friend of mine, who's much more like a sister, really, invited me to Ghana back nearly 10 years ago now. I can't believe it's been that long. And that was my first visit. And her extended family made me feel so welcome. We went on trips, we went to the beach, we went to a resort, we went around, I had loads of clothes made, and some of those outfits, actually most of those outfits are basically some of the nicest clothes I've ever had made. So I also remember on our trip to a Gold Coast resort, I remember her nephews playing a game of Can You Spell with me. And it's just a fond memory. We had a lovely meal, and then I remember like walking on the beach, and it's just one of my favorite things to do. I can't believe like how grown up they all are now. And I have to say that like I am definitely a fan of Ghana. I just remember the peace that just descended on me when I landed. And I travelled by myself, and I just remember how just at home I felt, how calm it was, the experience through the airport, and I cannot wait to return, but I have to. So, well, actually, technically, when I head to Freetown, hopefully in a few months' time, well, not a few months' time, a few weeks' time, I might be traveling through Accra, so that's something. So I'll land on Ghanaian soil even if I don't get to stay this time around, but hopefully that will change. And then another thing I like to do is just dedicate this video to my goddaughter, Nana Ikria, and her delightful sister, little sister, Mami. So yeah, I'm immensely proud of both of them, and yeah, this is part of their history, because now Asantewaa, the golden stool, is a representation of the rulership of the Ashanti people, who are an independent, autonomous, and rich, culturally rich, spiritually rich people who are still here today. And this is just for people who are not familiar with Ghanaian history or culture. And so without further ado, I'd like to tell you about Yaa Asantewaa, and I apologise in advance if I did not pronounce. The British supported their campaigns against the Asante with taxes levied upon the local population. In addition, they took over the state-owned gold mines, thus removing considerable income from the Asante government. Missionary schools were also established, and the missionaries began interfering in local affairs. When the Asante began rebelling against British rule, the British attempted to put down the unrests, and furthermore, the British governor, Lord Hodgson, demanded that the Asante turn over to them the golden stool, either throne, and a symbol of Asante independence. Captain C.H. Armitage was sent to get the people to tell him where the golden stool was hidden and to bring it back. After going from village to village with no success, Armitage found a village called Bare. When he got there, there were only children who told him that their parents had gone hunting. So in response, Armitage ordered the children to be beaten. When their parents came out of hiding to defend the children, he had the parents bound and beaten up. Brutality was the instigation for the Yaa Asantewaa War for Independence, which began on March 28, 1900. Yaa Asantewaa mobilised the Asante troops and for 3 months laid siege to the British mission at the fort of Kumasi. In a famous speech to encourage the men of Asante to fight, Yaa Asantewaa was noted to have said to the men that if the men don't fight, then the women will. The British had to bring in several thousand troops and artillery to break the siege. Also, in retaliation, the British troops plundered the villages, killed much of the population, confiscated their lands, and left the remaining population dependent on the British for survival. They also captured Queen Yaa Asantewaa, whom they exiled, along with her close companions, to the Seychelles Islands off Africa's east coast, while most of the captured chiefs became prisoners of war. Yaa Asantewaa remained in exile until her transition to the ancestral realm 20 years later. Her courage and leadership made her the jewel of the Asante crown and a figure who lives internally in the memory of proud Africans worldwide.